Josh have a fight in a minute.
Yeah, well played, 6. Come on, Rangers. Come on, Rangers.
Missed the whole game.
Every hero needs a villain, every manager needs a nemesis, and every football club needs a rival. TD Shipley might not view Charlwood as a rival, but for Barks and his team, TD are the one side they can never seem to beat. The last time they played, Charlwood fell apart in a 4-0 hammering. And to make matters worse, Jamie Liddell flirted with the opposition. Straight after the final whistle, Barks walked off and the Charlwood players left without enjoying TD's post-match hospitality, much to TD manager Matt Drew's frustration.
And then disappointingly, more than anything, they didn't come and eat their food. The biggest criminal offence that you do in non-league football is go away with the sulk, because it actually makes you look so unprofessional.
Hold that thought for us, Matthew.
Cheers Charlwood. We're a non-league club, all volunteers, no money. We cook your food and you all piss off. You know, it looks bad.
It's the penultimate game in the COVID Cup League stage. Charlwood have 4 points from 3 games. They need at least another 4 points from their last 2 to reach the knockout stages.
He's doing a bit warm, isn't he, James? Have you noticed the weather, Mike, at all? I'm good, mate. How are you?
Barks and Mike have a depleted squad, yet with over half their first team injured, the Charlwood manager is upbeat about his team's chances.
My intuition has got me everywhere in life, and that Beading game, Mike said to me, "Are you confident?" And it's really hard as a manager to say no, but I wasn't. I wasn't at Beading, but today I am fit. The heart from that 10 men for 85 minutes on Tuesday night. I feel like I don't have to say much today in terms of, like, if you're not motivated today, if you're not motivated as a bloke, then go home now. And I feel like if we actually play like we got 10 men, if we actually play on the front foot and actually lose our weird vibe with this team that we're worried about them and actually get after them and show them who we are today. And every time we play this lot, we're quiet and we're worried about something. But, you know, today I want them to be worried about us.
One man TD should be worried about is Kevin Locke. After receiving a torrent of voice notes from someone that sounds a lot like this narrator, the club's all-time leading goalscorer has come out of retirement for one more game.
No. We got Kevin Locke, we got Kevin Locke.
Right,
hey, how are you, mate?
Yeah, good, mate.
Good to see you.
Yeah, I know.
Top man, you alright?
Yeah, good, mate, good.
How you feeling?
Alright, I did a 5k, it felt alright.
Yeah? We've missed you, mate. Our vets have been our best players, Kev, so don't worry about that. Andrew Beattie was our best player.
Like, everyone seems so keen to get fit. Yeah,
you're looking good though, like, Kev. Honestly, you're going to start up top, mate, sod it.
Jesus Christ. I won't be able to walk tomorrow. You know, it's a one-off game. Maybe it might go well for me.
Kev, you're going to get the winner.
The TD game is scheduled to be Charlwood's last home game of the season, and Kevin Locke isn't the only old face returning to play in the fixture. Former Charlwood winger Jamie Liddell was signed by TD soon after the previous fixture between the two clubs and has already scored twice in the tournament to put TD on the verge of the knockout stages, and now he must return to play against some of his best friends.
Yeah, that's it. No, we're not. No. You're in it, Benjamin.
Good to be home, right? Yeah, no showers, Lippy. But I don't want to see that locker moved at the end of the game and you've got in there in a freezing cold shower. Last home game then, boys. Last home game of the season. Lovely day for it. Moving on from Tuesday, I thought we were unreal. 10 men for 85 minutes. And I could see the drain in your face at the end of the game. I know some of you went off and had about 100 Jaeger bombs, but I don't know how you do it. Today's really about sticking it on them, because we never have ever stuck it on them. We sat back, we've been overawed by them, and we've let them play. Every time I played this side, last time was an embarrassment, boys. We didn't get anywhere near it. Totally different today. Tom, immense. Keep it positive in there, Tom. All right, keep working. And if you get a chance in and around the 3-yard line, stick it away this time for me, all right? Murph's just getting on the ball. Murph's is carrying a slight knock, so don't expect him to be sprinting around. All I want is your quality on the ball, Murphs. popping it around, getting it, dictating that game. Lip dog, giving so much to the club, mate, so much to the club. Bought kits, always here. Yeah, not the best player, but today's your day, and we expect more from you today, mate, up there. Work them, get some shots off, because we all know you were a hell of a good player 10, 15 years ago, all right? Let's try and show it today. Gary in that central role, we've got to get Gary in behind when we can today, boys. He's really looking for those little arcs runs. He's always showing. Let's get him on the ball and try and get him in behind. And Andrew, you were again amazing on Tuesday night coming in from the vets. All right, big call up, okay? But you were more direct with the ball, you gave us a focal point, and you gave us loads of energy. All the subs going to get on. Lockie back with us today. Welcome back, Lockie. That's due to YouTube, mate. All the fans are calling for you. Aidan, going to get some minutes again, loads of energy, done well the other night. Today's about us. It's not about anything else, it's about us. When we were at our lowest and we were abysmal and we lost 4-1, Jamie's walking around asking a sign from boys, asking a sign for this side. That's the whole club. I don't believe a word they say, from not having enough players, to not being up for it, to not caring. I don't believe anything. And everything we do today, from the warm-up, from kick-off, to beers after, all I ask is that we're together and we fight for each other. And he's not your mate today. None of them are your mate today. We are all mates in here because our season either ends today or kicks on today, and that's on all of us. Agreed? Let's go get it. Come on. Yeah, I feel good. I feel good energy. Obviously mentioned Jamie in the pre-match talk. Wasn't sure whether to or not, but I think they need to know that his actions that day were out of order, and anything to kind of fuel the fight for the boys today. He's not our friend today, he's the enemy today. And I think they need to be aware of that. There's no handshakes, there's no chatting him up. This is our season on the line, and this is everything we've put in, me and Mike and everyone behind the scenes. So this means a lot. This is not about making friends today. This is about winning a game of football. Got to win the game. It's a season on the line here. Season on the line. So just got to get at it from the start. There's the team. I believe in us 100%. Today's about us. It's about us sticking together. It's about us fighting for it. It's about our season. I believe in all of you in here, boys. Words are cheap. Talk is cheap. Let's go out now and do that badge proud and do our season proud and make sure we're back in here. It's not the end of our season. Every one of us to a man, above and beyond, talking, leaders. Let's get this 3 points. Come on. Let's get after it, boys. No phase of play. Have a little sprint. Straight into kick-off.
After giving goals away early in the previous meeting between the two clubs, Charlwood are determined to get a better start this time. But a high foot from Tom Tennant puts Charlwood on the back foot early on, giving TD a chance to put the ball in the box. Defender Josh Howe hears Zach's call and leaves the ball, but it bounces off Ben Davey, and Ben Lewis pounces to give the visitors a first-minute lead.
What is that, Zayden? Every time we play him, we give...
Always. Come on, boys, go for now. Go on, Gal. Go on, Gal.
Charlwood attempt to bounce back with midfield creator Mike Smith looking to pick out the attackers. And despite telling his Charlwood chums that he's injured, Jamie Liddell is looking lively down the wing.
Well done, Dino!
Given the armband and a roll down the left side, Captain Dean Richmond is determined to give Charlwood some impetus, and free kicks into the box seem a likely source of goals.
Not bad area.
Charlwood are getting forwards, but they're not threatening the TD goal.
Hit it! Well done, nip it! Good volley, Mike. Well done, Mikey! Nips! Brilliant!
The home side are doing their best to mix up the short and long passes, and with Mike Smith and Aaron Murphy in the midfield, they might just have the quality to hurt TD.
Drop Josh! Drop Josh! Not a bad area, pieces. Squeeze up! Come on, Lips! No foul, Lippet! No foul! It's too easy, Adam. Huh? Lads, keep passing the ball, keep moving it around, be really brave on the ball, well done. Davey, wider when we've got it. Davey, get out of there. Great ball.
When Charlwood do get into dangerous areas, they appear to feel the pressure when opportunities arise. And when TD counter, they look dangerous.
Play!
While it looks like Ben Lewis got his footing all wrong, it's hard to tell if Dino was responsible with an errant touch.
That's a dive, ref! None of that in the game, none of that in the game. And again, Josh, keep playing, be brave.
Charlwood continue to play out from the back, but their efforts are leaving them exposed. Ben Lewis's effort is saved by Zach, who was most certainly in his area. When Charlwood get towards the final third, TD seem content with committing fouls, a successful tactic for stopping their opponents.
How many more? How many more?
Referee, there are two teams playing here.
Oh, don't let us beat you like that, ref! Hey! Check your watch!
A routine catch by Shane Goldsmith in the TD goal very nearly goes wrong. Midfield maestro Mike Smith continues to shine, running relentlessly and even nutmegging the odd defender, but still Charlwood can't find the final ball.
Oh wow, Mike's been unreal.
Funnel's corner finds Dan Skett at the back post, but his 50p head sends the ball skywards.
Great ball.
Charlwood's own deliveries are just as good, but ultimately not very effective. A driving run from Toby Funnel opens Charlwood up and gives Ben Lewis another chance to extend the lead.
Be positive! Be positive!
Brilliant, Mike Smith!
While Zach's kicks are a regular feature of Charlwood's play, at this point in the game TD have actually hit more long kicks than the home side, which makes it all the stranger when the away dugout starts mocking the Charlwood pattern of play.
Boom!
Still, Charlwood remain undeterred. Ben Davey picks the ball up at the back and drives down the flank towards Gary Tomlinson, who infuriates the away bench by being onside, although he still can't get past Dan Skett.
Haines offside! Never! Ben Davey! Ben! Brilliant!
Pound stretcher Brand, Phil and Grant Mitchell are beginning to get a bit upset, which may explain the groaning noises they make anytime the ball travels further than 10 yards in the air. Although a TD player waving a leg at the ball and sending it careering into a nearby house is something they choose to ignore. Midfield Colossus Mike Smith is on a mission to get Charlwood back into the game, and he combines with Gary Tomlinson to give stand-in striker Adam Lippett his first sight on goal. His lob doesn't quite get the better of Shane Goldsmith. Like Charlwood, TD are struggling to find a cutting edge up top, much to the irritation of Mr. Liddell.
KB, excellent!
When TD boom the ball up the pitch themselves, it gives Mark Cave a chance to head on to Toby Funnel.
What a header that is, honestly.
Take a chance!
Josh Howe's unconvincing attempt to find Zach is read by Jamie Liddell, but the winger is thwarted by his friend in the Charlwood goal.
Shoulder!
Several minutes before half-time, a questionable free kick is awarded, and TD have a chance to peg their opponents back.
Fuck yes! Well done, Ben!
Charlwood afford TD too many touches in the box, and Mark Cave tees up Ben Lewis. It's 2-0.
And I tell you, he's probably the best player on the park we've got in there, working his nuts off. He's probably got the best player in that midfield in there. We've got quality throughout our side. And for some reason, like I said, we just don't trust each other or believe in each other at times. Now, you've said everything. There's no Churchill speech that's going to change anything here. They're horrible.
We keep our shape, we soak it up, and then we fucking start doing our stuff. Yeah? But keep the ball moving, keep the ball ticking, they won't get near you.
I said it was about us. We got 45 here, last 45 on this pitch here now, boys. All right, there's a few people watching, you've got your wives, your kids watching, it's all on camera. Why not get the handbrake off? We're not going to shout and holler and give it a right good go.
Percentages tells me they're going to nick a goal
And
from a shitty free kick, right?
He's right, but they'll even do it from back there. So try and, even if it's 10 yards inside their own half, it's coming fucking straight in
So
the
just
middle.
silly fouls, right? Just
It's the
stand
only
up.
thing.
If we score in the first 10, the whole thing changes. But I can't make you believe.
Best thing we can do now, put it to bed. Go and get that next
get that
one.
early
Because
goal.
if they get the next one, game on.
You either trust each other and go for it here, or we sit back, we let it happen to us, we concede another one and we say that's it and we're done, down the pub. Well, we're going to go to the pub either way and have a beer either way, but I'd rather go there saying, boy, that second half, we left it all out there. Because the quality's in here. I know they've got a good setup and whatever and good players, but I don't think they've got much more quality than us, to be honest with you. I really don't. When I look around the team, I look at people fighting. Every time we whip it in, it's dangerous, but yet again at half time, we've not had one shot on target, boys. So I don't know how to make that happen other than telling you when you get the opportunity, let it fly.
Because they have got no ability on the ball. Fact, right? They're just fucking washing machines. They just work hard. That is it, all right?
This is the season now. It's 45 minutes. The other result's probably gone our way, knowing our luck.
If they get the next one, it is game on. If we get it, that's the best part they've got. They've absolutely folded, they'll argue.
It's down to us to turn this around. And by the way, we have done it before at 2-0, 3-0 down. We have done it before, boys. So it's not out of the question at all.
Let's go and do it. Let's go and bounce them. Let's go and perform, bypass them.
But you've got to go for it in this first 10 like it's the last 10. Come on.
Believe, mate. Believe. Come on.
At 2-0 up, TD have a chance to play expansive football and show some class. It's an opportunity they spurn. All-round nice guy Ben Davey inexplicably gets given a donkey chance every time he receives the ball.
He's a donkey. He's a donkey.
Much to the amusement of budget right said Fred. Jamie Liddell, meanwhile, is busy trying to find a way to beat Zach Rice.
Protect it, Kev. Protect it, Kev. Keep it in. Deliver, Kev.
A reshuffle of the team sees club legend Kevin Locke introduced up top, but even he's struggling to get past the TD back line.
Oh my.
Although his intentions aren't entirely clear, Mike Smith very nearly lobs the keeper.
Oh, Mike. Ref, he's tapped that over there, mate. Come on, please. Keeps, tell me you didn't touch that, please. 50-50, yeah, you and the crossbar.
He's a donkey. He's a donkey.
As crass as it is, the donkey chance may be having an effect.
Well done, Josh. Oh, other way, please.
Josh's wayward header does more than end an attack. It gives TD a chance to catch Charlwood napping.
Trouble, trouble. Working bed. Big Zach. Oh my God.
Half asleep at the attacking throw-in, Charlwood allowed Ben Lewis to slip in and finish smartly past Zach for his third of the game.
Just not good enough. We're just not good enough, Mike. We're just not good enough, unfortunately. Keep working, Charlwood. Stay together, boys. Is that really a 60-year-old bloke shouting boom every 2 seconds? Is that really what's happening, Jamie? It's embarrassing.
As the Tesco Essentials John Joe Shelby and Pascal Saigan chuckle at their opponent's demise, Charlwood are refusing to collapse, and a goalmouth scramble you might expect to see in an England-Scotland fixture eventually leads to a loose ball that falls in the direction of Adam Lippett.
Target lips.
The auxiliary striker blazes over and Charlwood heads drop. One man still trying his hardest to make a mark is Jamie Liddell, and his gaffers don't appear to know how best to manage the winger.
Jamie, just tell him what you're doing.
Man on, guys, man on!
The home side are losing their heads. A quick free kick from Gary Tomlinson confuses Tom Tennant, and TD capitalise on their opponent's confusion.
Go on, Toby! Give us a goal!
Our decision, mate.
Josh Fordry's challenge is late and the referee awards a penalty. Yet TD didn't bank on Neil Agate, the Charlwood vet who happens to be running the line. We may not have VAR level technology, but we're pretty sure that's offside.
I'm saying it was offside, mate.
Claims that the ball didn't travel forwards show a complete lack of understanding for the laws of the game.
Josh can have a fight in a minute.
Offside or not, Barks has bigger worries with Josh Howe frustrated by the scoreline.
Sit out. Yeah, well played, 6! You saw it!
You're about 60, mate. You're embarrassing.
What, because he kicked him on the floor? Yeah.
Shout boom again. Shout boom again. It's embarrassing, mate. Boom.
You're
60 years
right.
old.
You was embarrassing
My
when
helmet,
you just
it's
fucked
fine.
off when we
Yeah,
put
okay.
his sandwiches on the floor. Let's see if the camera got the kick on the floor. We'll see that.
We got you shouting boom all game, embarrassing yourself.
We don't normally do requests, but low budget Telly Savalas can have this one. As rabid as Howell appears to be, there's no kick.
What's he talking about sandwiches for, that fella?
Time! He's a donkey!
3-0 up, but sticking with the donkey chance, TD finally put Ben Davey off and he feeds Jamie Liddell.
I'd rather lose than be them.
Come on, Avery, still go!
When a rusty Kevin Locke fails to hit the target, it at least provides a laugh for a man who has the same amount of class as he does hair follicles.
Do Mike for Jamie.
TD are doing as Psychic Simon requested and looking to embarrass Charlwood with a fifth. Zach squeezes the ball onto the post and is alert soon after when Jamie is looking for his second.
Chip him!
Done. Good finish, Jay. Good goal, mate. All the best, mate. All the best, fella. Cheers. Oh, mate. Oh. Well done, mate. He gave it everything. Davey. You're right. Love you, you're top man. No.
I couldn't fucking run.
You're right.
Yeah,
What is it?
I got nothing first up. I couldn't fucking run. That was awful.
You were not awful, mate. You gave everything. If everyone gave what you gave, would have won that game, mate. Trust me. Yeah. Just feel for him.
You got Lockie there. You got the lad who used to be the manager of Aldy Town Reserves playing, blah blah blah. And you think about it. We've got Jamie Still. We've got all these people. We haven't got a proper side out. We can't train. Mate, you've brought this lot. You've brought an ageing group of people that have had their day and got them back to probably the best level that any of them have played at for some of them. And it is just what it is.
I know.
You can't play games where you can't.
I accept it. I accept that we're a punch above our weight, but I just hate losing, especially to morons like that.
Oh no,
mate.
yeah.
I love you, boys.
Oh, mate.
That one out, still it, boys.
Fucking every time it's them though, isn't it?
They're a massively good side, aren't they? Really?
Well, we must be really shit.
I think they're a good side. At least
keep fucking
they're a
losing.
good side.
Solid.
They're fucking good enough. But it's that final ball. Yeah. They're in. Our final ball it's too far, it's too short, it goes out of play.
Too direct.
Yeah. They have a little 1-2 bosh, they're in. 1-2 bosh, they're in.
All I say is thanks for all your efforts. Thanks for everything you put in. I think the reality is, a couple of you said to me, we're competing beyond our means really. You know, at this level, we're a little village, we haven't got reserves, we haven't got youth team. I'm calling up vets players to come and fill spots. We haven't really trained and things like that. So what was the mission this year? To stay in the Sussex Div 2, which we've done, thanks to COVID. But I think we would have done it anyway. You give everything. We're going to win and lose games of football, that's life. Winning and losing is part of life. But this is what I want, just us being together, having a beer together, whatever. You know, and I always say I'd rather be you than the other teams. The heart and the fight you put in, I'll be stood here with you boys having a beer any day of the week over stood with them. So thank you for everything you've done. We've got one game left. We just go out and enjoy it, boys. We see the season out together. But from me and Mike, just really, we've kept the club at a high level of football for next year, and you've given everything every game. So I appreciate you all. That's it really. Thanks, boys. Cheers. Have a good drink up. Cheers, boys.
Right, so what do you make of that whole game? Like,
what, as a contest or as just in general?
you're yeah. This isn't going to be. I don't know.
Whoa! Oh, you cunt. Oh, I've really done my ankle.
The goal was an accident, you know, it shouldn't happen. But suddenly our belief drains, you know, and their belief goes up through the roof. It just deflated us really. I guess deflated, I'd say, is how I feel at the moment.
Deflated really. To concede after 2 minutes, it's just to fight back from that. They're a good side, TD, so it's just hard to come back from being 1-0 down after 2 minutes.
Disappointed as always when you lose a game of football, but you know, as you reflect on it, we've just beaten by the better team. They're a bigger club than us. They've got, you know, more players to choose from and so on. They're well coached. They train during the week. They've played friendlies throughout this and stuff. And you've got to hold your hands up. I think you've hit your level. You know, we've had 4 goes at that team. Hate playing against them. We're just not as good as them.
Because every time we play them, we end up conceding 3 or 4 goals. So it's a bit like you want to have a good start against them. I mean, we conceded after 2 minutes against them when we played them away, and it's just, you know, it goes in and he's just like, come on, get going, and then they score again. And I mean, we keep trying to rally, but
I think the early goal, which was unfortunate for the boys, was scrappy, a mistake. Sort of put everyone on gave us a lift, probably put them on the back foot.
I've always said to Jamie before games, you know, he's the best attacking player in this league and probably in the league above. And, you know, he was always going to be dangerous and probably always score. Yeah, we didn't want him to secretly, but, you know, he's a good player who's gone to a better team and he's always going to get opportunities and chasing him. I thought Jamie, he's conducted himself really, really well today.
Well, like any sportsman or anyone, you know, of course I want to score, you know, any game. Bit different. You know, I'm glad it was the 4th and it didn't really affect the game or make the game any different. I think if it had been a 90th minute winner, you know, against my mates, I think I might have been a bit different. Might have felt a bit different, but the game was already dead. And for me, from a personal point of view, it was nice because I didn't think I had a very good game. So to top it off with a nice finish like that was sort of saved my game really.
You know, I have to say I think Jamie handled himself quite well, quite respectfully today. It's probably difficult for him. Tom's nearly done him at the end there. A couple of people have left a bit on him. But fair play to him today. I think he's handled himself quite respectfully.
I said to Sparks after the game, look at what you've achieved in the last 5 years. You've taken a group of lads that played at this level. They all stopped playing or have dropped down the leagues and you've taken them all the way back there. But there is only so far you can go, you know. How far do you think we're going to go? The lads, they're a great group. They're going to remain friends for forever, I would imagine, way beyond just this season. But at some point, like I say, you know what your level is, and that is our level. If we want to go again next year and be comfortable in this league, you know, maybe that's a project for us or for someone else to come in and stabilise and try and rebuild. But there's not much you can build on a recreation field that's owned by the parish council. You know, they don't want a football club here necessarily, so we'll see what happens in the future.
I feel like it's the end of a journey. I feel like it's the end of a journey. I feel like me and Mike have done all we possibly can here.
It sums up us as a club, really. You know, it's a group of people that have known each other since they were at school, and that is the pool of people they've got to choose from. So if you've got 11, you know, Bach said before, he's pulling people out of his form group from 20 years ago to come and play. We haven't got an academy, we haven't got a youth team, we haven't got a reserve side or anything like that.
A lot of these boys, when I joined Charlwood, I was on to the likes of, I know Joe Malt doesn't play anymore, but Zach, Tom Tennant, Josh, you know, a lot of the boys I played with previously at previous clubs, Gary Tomlinson, just onto these boys just saying, come on, give it another go, give it another go. So I'm a bit stumped now. I think that's it. A lot of the boys have knocked it on the head, so we'll see. I know Gary knows a few lads who were playing at Hawley, young fellas, so hopefully we can get some of those in, really.
I just need a quote that we can end on, something prophetic or sanguine, just something.
Maybe something like, we found our level, maybe we just are a bunch of amateurs.
What are we, some kind of Suicide Squad?
I hate when they say the title in the film. I hate when they say the title in the film. We've got ourselves a fugitive. Well, I can say that. I'll say that. Sod it.
Oh no! All right, do
well,
it.
Let me do it. You can have it.
You're not going to miss the straight face. So, do you think you have found your level?
I guess. I guess we have found our level. You could say we really are a bunch of amateurs.
We can't never be able to use that.
I narrated this show with a cold. You can help me buy better cold remedies by signing up to Patreon or telling your friends about us and hitting like.